So today is our final day of inequalities, of equations, of algebra, all that stuff. So you can either cheer or you can cry. And I think I'd rather cry because I love algebra and I love equations and stuff like that. So it'll be sad to see them go, but you'll have a lot harder algebra next year. So today is basically a review of everything you've pretty much learned with equations and inequalities. There's nothing new I'm going to show you. Today we're basically going to solve our inequality and then we're going to graph it, just like Monday with our graphing and solving on Wednesday. So let's solve it right away. X is less than 5 minus 1. Let's solve x less than 5 minus 1 would be 4. All right, this is the simplest form that I can write this equation. Now it's time to graph it. So I'm going to draw my circle. I do not have a door, so it's going to be open. I'm going to draw my arrow facing the same way as my sign, and I'm going to label my point as 4. All right, next, t is less than or equal to 6 divided by 3. T is less than or equal to 6 divided by 3 would be 2. All right, let's graph it. I'm going to draw my circle. I'm going to face the same way. It is closed. It has a door. If you look at that door, I'm going to fill it in. It's going to be a closed circle. All right, and I'm going to label it as 2. Okay, next one. I have L is greater than or equal to 4 over 1, which would just be 4. So my answer would be L is greater than or equal to 4. Let's graph it. Label that as 4. I'm going to face the same way as my line is pointing. And then I'm going to fill it in. And the paintbrush didn't fill it in very good, so we're going to use the highlighter. There we go. Last but not least, we have K. Oh, sorry, that's actually H. H is less than 2 times 4, which would be 8. All right, so I have H is greater or is less than 8. So I'm going to draw my circle. It's going to be an open circle. Draw my line and my arrow, and then label it as 8. And when you do this on IXL, it's going to be 5, AA5, and it will have the 2 steps. So first you have to solve 5 divided by 5. Well, that would be 1. I have no door, so I'm going to open it, and then I'm going to face the same direction that my arrow is going, just like that. All right, I have 10 minus 8 would be 2. I have a closed door, and the arrow is facing this way. Submit. There we go. 2 times 3 is 6, so my dot's going to be on 6. I'm going to open the door and face the same way as my arrow and submit. 3 times 3 is 9. Open the door, draw my arrow, and submit. 8 minus 2, 6. The door is going to stay closed. I'm going to face the same direction. And that's basically how it works. You may think that these don't really have a purpose, but if you look at these one-step inequality word problems, you can see where these kind of come in to play in the real world and why these are even a thing. So this one might just be plain geometry. There's all kinds of examples though of real world problems with inequalities. So there we go. That is our finale.